Hi guys, welcome. This is a tutorial on installation of MySQL Server. The very first step that we want to do is to navigate to google.com and search for the site MySQL and click on the very first link that you get and then navigate to downloads and community. And on this page you see an option or a link called MySQL Community Server. That is what we want to download and install, that we have all the components that we would like to work with, and navigate to the bottom of the page. On this page you would see an option, either you can click on this image or you can click on this download. All right, so the first thing that I would like to do is that click on this image so that it navigates me to this page where it would show a couple of options. Right now it's showing only as Microsoft Windows because I believe that this website has by default found that the platform that I'm working on is Microsoft Windows. Sometimes you might see other option called as any platform. All right. Uh, so the next thing that we would like to do is here is click on this link. Uh, you can download this as well, this 32-bit MSI installer also, but I would like to have this web community MySQL installer downloaded. So just click on that and navigate to the bottom. You do not need to sign up if you are on this page only to download this application. All right, so just click on this. No thanks, just start my download. It's a very small application as you see. Just open this. If you do not have privileges to run any application, you might need to get admin privileges to be able to run this. So let's run this, and you can see that this application requires a .NET framework. So we would like to navigate to that link first. Go.myspot.com 18111. Just click OK there. That installation has stopped and we would like to install this first. I would say no thanks and continue. So this will download me the necessary framework on which the MySQL is dependent on. Just run this. It will take a couple of minutes, guys. Once this is done, I'll be right back, or else no, I'll just show you the steps. Okay, I'll be right back once the installation is complete. All right, then the Microsoft .NET Framework for installation has been completed. So the next step is for us to run the MySQL installer. Okay, make sure that you are running this as an administrator. It will take a couple of minutes. Right. So the MySQL installer wizard start, and you can select all the options that you would like to have. So the first step is to accept the license. Please ensure that you go through this license. For now, I'm skipping and clicking on next. Um, I'll go with the developer default option, but you can select whatever that you would like to work with and click on next. And you can see that some of these items that have been mentioned as manual, you might have to manually install them. So right now I'll click on execute so that these things will get installed. So the workbench, Excel, and all the options that you are seeing would get installed. So you will get something like this. Um, if you have not installed the Microsoft Visual C++, if it's not already there on your machine, you will get to see something like this. Just click on install. All right, then the Microsoft Visual C++ has been installed successfully. So you can see that the workbench has been installed, and it will execute the other items as well. So the next one that it is dependent is on this Visual Studio tool, the runtime environment. So I'm going to install that as well. So this one is really going to take a while, guys. So I'll pause the video again. All right. So the Microsoft Visual Studio runtime has been successfully installed. So you can see the components that got installed. You get a green tick. So there are a few other things that needs to be installed. All right. So the three components got installed, but there are another three components where we have to install manually. So for now, I'll skip it and go ahead and click on next. So it will just pop up this message. You can just ignore that and click on next. And then these components should be installed as well. So click on execute, and you will see that these will be first downloaded and then installed. So you see that the progress here. So I'll just skip this for a moment. Fine. So when everything has been downloaded and installed, you will see the status as complete. So if anything has been failed, then it will show the status as failed, and you might have to either download and install again. So right now I need to click next, and you can see the other things that are ready to be configured. That is MySQL server. So click on next. Do not change anything on this page. Leave everything as default. The configuration type as development machine. That is what we would like to have. And the port number, the default port number is 3306. If you want, you can have this changed. But for this demo purpose, I am keeping the same port number. And click on next. And you need to supply with a root password. Right now I'm giving the root password as root. Then click next, and again click next. So here you will see a few components configuration steps. Just click on execute and they'll get executed. These are few configuration steps, which the MySQL installer will automatically take care of. Right. So you can see that everything has been finished, and in the system tray, you will see a new item being added as services list changed. You can see that. Just click on that, and you will be able to see that. For now, click on finish, and if there are any things that still need to be configured, then it will prompt you to configure those as well. So right now, click on next, and to ensure that the username and password are correct, click on check, and you can see that the connection is successful. uh, and then click on next and click execute. So right now you can see that the scripts are running. So I'll pause it again. Once it is done, I'll come back. All right. So everything has been configured. Everything is up and running. Just click on finish. And if you haven't marked this checkbox, then you have to manually go to the start button and start the workbench. For now, I'm just checking that checkbox and click on finish. All right. So you will see that the MySQL workbench will be launched. Just give it a second. Um, my system is pretty slow, so it's gonna take a little time. Yes. So you see that the MySQL workbench has been launched. So the next thing that you need to do is that you need to set up a database, right? So go to data. All right. So here you can see that everything has been installed, everything is running fine. So by default, you will see these three schemas. That is the databases available. One is Sakila, and the second one is test, and the third one is world. So if you uh, if you let me collapse this. If you go a further level into this the tables here, you will see that the table names. So these are the table names that you can start working with. This is the query window where you can write a query. So right now I want to fetch all the columns and their respective values from this actor table. So how I can do that? I want to fetch the entire table. So I will say star from, and because that this table name actor is inside this schema Sakila, so we have to come up with the schema name. Here you can see that SEMA. All right, and then give dot, and it will prompt you with all the table names that are present. Right now, I'll give actor, end with a semicolon, and click on this execute command. All right, just click on that execute command, and it will prompt you with all the values inside that. Here you can see that it is limiting to 1,000 rows, but if you do not want to limit, click on don't limit and then rerun this. It depends on, it will give you all the values. So if you go to the bottom, right, so there are 200 values. Okay, so this is how you work with, because that there is not an entirely SQL based video. I would like to stop it here. If you have any questions, if you have faced any issues, uh, please let me know. Thank you very much for watching the video.